Please allow me first to extend my condolences to the family of Golak, to the state from which he comes, and to all patriotic Nigerians. And may I request that the government investigate thoroughly and let us know who are these unknown gunmen. IPOB and ESN are being made to look bad. They've denied very categorically any involvement in this murder. But it appears some people are bent on hanging it on their necks. Well, I listened to the governor, and he said it is purely politically motivated. Well, I don't know. I can't go further. Thank you for inviting me. The sit-at-home order, as we have seen, has been complied with very well. People are doing so because they believe in what the order stands for, mourning for our heroes. And also because they are afraid for their lives. In fact, if it were possible to sit at home every day, many people would choose to stay at home instead of exposing themselves to the carnage that is going on in the southeast and part of south-south. Well, our lives are in the hands of God, and we should all not give up praying. We should not call names. We should not look for excuses. We should just know that the hearts of kings are in the hands of God, and God can work on the heads of our rulers to change things for us. Congratulations to those who stayed at home in the southeast.
Now let's take you back to remembering the Civil War. 51 years ago, the war ended. 54 years ago, the war began. And those who experienced the war, people like you, saw what it looked like. And today we are seeing signs of things that led to the war 54 years ago. So how do we solve these challenges before us now in the nation?
Well, I must say that I was in the United States of America during the war, but I followed it all the way. My wife and I were begging for money to send for the children especially. She fainted, and people rushed to me to call me that my wife fainted. I got there and I stumbled when I got to see her. Well, I think I don't know whether we are in a worse situation today. The Civil War met us when we were a weak state. Today, those who have the indices, the Council on Federal something in America and the Kennedy School of Harvard have come with a statement confirming that Nigeria is not just a failed state, but a fully failed state. One indication of failure, full failure, is this insecurity that is all over the place. We don't know. I don't really know because I've been talking so much over the years And it doesn't appear that talking makes a difference. The evidence suggests that something is happening at the topmost level of government, federal government. It doesn't appear that there is a listening ear anywhere. It appears that some people have given up completely on propriety of what is right and what is wrong. So I will appeal to all of us to begin to think differently and talk differently. We should know that we have a gem of a country called Nigeria in terms of physical resources. No country can claim superiority in terms of resources and climate over Nigeria. God designed Nigeria for unmatched greatness. But what we have, I was growing up, I can tell you, on the night before the Independence Day, I led a carol. A carol is a singing, playing, band playing people, rejoicing, crossing over to independence. And it wasn't for nothing, because until the military struck in 1966, Nigeria was doing very, very well. To the extent that the World Bank itself made the statement that parts of Nigeria were growing faster than the rest of the world. That's where we were by 1966. Parts of Nigeria were growing faster than the rest of the world. Where are we now? A foreign leader came here and suggested that we have been called the poverty capital of the world. How did we come to that? It is not very difficult to see how we came to it. The military who ruled us from 1966 ruined Nigeria. They started by destroying the system, the structural system of Nigeria, which was a federal system, truly federal system, with 3 regions moved to 4 regions. Now, the need to win the war made the federal government want to remove non-Igbo people from the east, so that orders given by Ojukwu will not be very effective eastwide. What happened? They created 12 states. 12 states, abolishing the regions. They created 12 states. And of course, since then, we have been adding eventually 36 states plus Abuja. This is why I don't understand why anybody who has his head on his neck should be opposed to restructuring, which really calls for going back to that structure which we had when the World Bank said parts of Nigeria were growing faster than the rest of the world. Restructuring is not just revenue allocation. To restructure, we must keep revenue allocation to one side and make it a federal responsibility to enable each level of government to plan to be reliant on itself over a number of years, 5 years or 10 years, before revenue allocation changes completely. People are afraid that restructuring will only end with resource control, so that those who are producing whatever they are producing enjoy it most. I think, and I suggest, that restructuring for us must mean just going back to that structure of political Nigeria which enabled us to grow faster than the rest of the world. And I don't know if anybody in the North is opposed to this. It is a negotiation. We have to find a way to ensure internal revenue increase for every level of government, so that no level of government is starved of funds by virtue of restructuring. But of course, you see what is going on now. How many local governments were there before 1966? How many local governments are there today? How are those local governments distributed? Today, you have 774 local governments, mostly in the North. Formerly, more local governments were in the South than were in the North. But today, because you go to the capital city to draw money without effort, and they do what you like with the money without people looking at you over your back, things have got so bad. There's no magic, no theory about where we are and where we are coming from. We are coming from basis of prosperity, and now we are saddled with basis of decline, and we have been taking giant steps backwards.
Okay, now if you talk about restructuring, and it seems a lot of Nigerians have been clamoring that there should be a national dialogue going by the level of insecurity in almost all the regions of the country. And that seems not to be coming. And if we don't talk, how do we resolve this problem?
We are talking.
Okay.
Whether some people are listening is the only problem. Yesterday, South and Middle Belt, 4 zones out of 6, had a meeting in Abuja. And they had produced communique, distributed so widely. Today, the whole country was meeting in Transcorp Hilton.
Okay.
I was there today, and I thank God I was there. You learn a lot from ordinary people of Nigeria. And what are they saying? It's not just a matter of let the government listen. No. It's that the time has come for emergency action, not emergency listening. The federal government should immediately set up an emergency political conference where all the resources available from 1963, all the recommendations of 2014 conference are brought together so that we can do emergency restructuring. And also, this constitution that nobody accepts, we shouldn't make effort to amend it. What are you amending? We, the people of Nigeria, gave ourselves this constitution. We gave ourselves no such constitution. And you look at the constitution, you find that it's a unitary constitution, favoring people who are in government. And what has happened? Because conscience is dead already in Nigeria, and corruption, comprehensive corruption, has taken over. There's no leadership that is looking for growth and development. People in power are grabbing money anywhere they get it. If they run out of it, they print. And so restructuring, this talk time is over. Talk time is over. Action time is now. Because this country we have is so valuable. We may not know it while we have it. The moment it disintegrates, Nigerians will know that they have lost something. And Igbo. The federal government has been doing everything negative against Igbo. Today, they are killing our youths anywhere they see them. Children are collected, packed in vehicles, taken to somewhere. In the night, they are disposed of. Not only that, every indication of hatred is showed on the southeast. We are excluded from projects which government is doing. We are excluded from appointments. Well, the case of appointments is all over. It's not just the southeast. The Constitution provides for federal character in appointments. Well, they show that people in power do not care or are not listening or do not know where they are. The appointment of the new chief of staff is disdainful of every consideration about national unity, about federal character. Disdainful of that. So I talked before now. I don't really want to talk now because what use has been my talking in the past. I'm only calling on Nigerians, that all powers belong to God. And our God does not make mistakes. He gave us all these resources to lead Africa. And has he given up? No. That is why I believe that man's mess up of our Nigeria is not final. A new Nigeria is coming, which will comply with God's design for the greatness of this country. And all we have to do is keep praying. If we are dying, keep praying. There's nothing else, because power has a way of changing.
A lot of people are already listening to you, and what they want is a new Nigeria. A Nigeria where no man complains of injustice. A Nigeria where the North will see the Southeast, the East, and say, you are my brother, anywhere, anytime. And just like someone said, though there are crises now, our fault lines are obvious, but nobody wants to quit Nigeria. They don't want it because they have, there's so much that we have in the country across the various states. So you have talked about the solution, restructuring. And if this, I keep asking, what other ways can we use to also speak to the heart of all Nigerians to accept the word restructuring, and let's set this country working again?
Well, we haven't tried at all, really, because when you have your mind made up on something, it takes logic, persuasion to get you out of it. We need a discussion. We need emergency national conference on restructuring and possibly on a new constitution. The new constitution will not be so new because we know where we are going. We want to go back to the structure that existed before the military came and messed up everything. I think there's not, I'm lucky to have been today in the Transcorp Hilton, where Nigerians from every side came to talk about the problem of today. And nobody is interested in blaming anybody anymore. What we are interested in is moving forward. What do we do? When we talked about emergency conference, the question is, how do you call it?
Yes.
It is the same government that must call it to give it
A name.
a name and give it a legitimacy. So that's why the prayer is important, that the government, God touches the heart of the leaders, and let us have a new Nigeria.
Okay, but Chief, if you look at what's going on, it seems that there's no political will to look at a new Nigeria where we can, to find a way to create a new Nigeria. We have not seen that amongst the political class.
Among the political class, you have seen that, but among the government, you have not seen that. What do we need to see? We need to know that no group of Nigerians can gain saying bye-bye to Nigeria. If you consider the long-term interest of any group of Nigeria, whether they are majority tribe or minority tribe, no group stands to gain. Today, actions of federal government are uniting the rest of the Nigerians against the Fulani. The people killing us in Nigeria are not Nigerian Fulanis. They are imported bandits. And they are killing at random. Sometimes they design something and kill.
They even kill Fulanis.
Fulanis. That's happened in Anambra State. They raped a woman, took off her eyes, making it look provocative enough. And then they proceeded to kill a Fulani family. Anybody would say, the owners of that woman who was raped and eyes disgorged must have come back to retaliate. And of course, some people will say, IPOB did it. Today, I read IPOB's statement carefully. They are saying that they have no hand in the death of Gulag. They said the same thing after the Owerri prison something. Yes. And some people, including even governor, thought it was IPOB. Police thought it was IPOB. Until the video of the CCTV that emerged. And they found that no Easterner, whether it's from Akwa Ibom or from Enugu, was involved in the Owerri affair. They were all people who were not from the East, as we know it. Some people are still talking. That is why one of the greatest things the government can do for us is to find out who is unknown gunmen. Unknown gunmen. Especially in Anambra State, my own state. So
does it now, from what you have said now, it seems there are those who are bent on destroying Nigeria, and they sell this negative narrative so that the South and the East will be at war with each other. But how do you have just said it, that we need to unravel unknown gunmen, they may just be our problem.
Yes, we need to unravel, I like your language, unknown gunmen. They are killing people and they are human beings. Whether they are Nigerians, we are in doubt. Not even Nigerians from any part of Nigeria, but foreigners coming and devastating our society. And some people, remember, there was a statement in Lagos by high-ranking people that IPOB planned to come and bomb Lagos
State.
Lagos. Eventually, it was something to give IPOB a bad name and go and kill every young man in the East. I am Igbo. I have accepted all those, but I still want one Nigeria. If we can make haste, to restructure the country, have a workable constitution, Nigeria remains a hope. And there's a group led by Abdul working on a new Nigeria. They have even papers. They have articulated policies for new Nigeria. And they are not thinking that tomorrow they put it by themselves. No. There are people who are spiritualists praying, God, this is what we want. God, please, you have given us all the physical things we require. We don't have earthquakes. We don't have volcanoes. We don't have all kinds of tsunami. But we have this political tsunami. Politicians are ruining the country. Military ruined the country to begin with. And instead of politicians to repair, they are taking advantage, plundering from every source. So I pray God, I invite all Nigerians to pray God to save us from this situation. The country is at the brink of disintegration. And only people who don't really understand. I understand because I was in the Central Planning Office. Coming back from the US, I went back to my office, and it was great. We were working like a family. Central Planning Office, Ministry of Economic Development, Lagos. We created Abuja. And we said nobody should build more than 12 stories. In those days, today I think...
they are building skyscrapers in
yes.
Abuja. All right. Well, we've been speaking with the former governor of Anambra State. You just heard him. He's been able to take us back to the experience then in the first, second republic. And now in this fourth republic, Nigeria cannot break. And that's what he's saying. There needs to be a new Nigeria. Chief CHUKWUEMEKA EZEIFE, I'd like to say thank you very much for your time, for your contribution on the program, and also for all that you have said today. The advice Nigerians have listened and their reactions. Thank you very much.
Nigerians, I thank everybody. Please don't take what they are manufacturing and giving you to swallow. These lies are too much. Try to make some groups look bad. That is not going to help us.